USANA family, and welcome to the Launching Your New Associate workshop. I'm your host, TJ Hendriksen, and I'm so excited for this workshop and our amazing presenters, Crebs and Kitz Asuncion. They both come with much experience and great success. I hope you are ready to learn from both. Crebs is an Emerald Director from the United States. He is USANA's #1 2020 Associate Enroller for the Americas and Europe. He specializes in defining a cutting-edge mindset and social media strategies to create success. With USANA full-time for over a decade, Jared loves to change lives for the better. He's passionate to improve the professionalism of network marketing and inspire others to expand their imagination of what's possible. Jared will share his strategy on what he does in his first few weeks with his new associates to help them hit the ground running. Kitz Asuncion is a Ruby director from Canada. With his nursing background, blends seamlessly into his passion for wellness with USANA. A powerful public speaker and talented social entrepreneur, Kitz values sharing his commitment to optimal health while encouraging others to live their dreams, inspiring others to live their best life. Kitz will be sharing with us how he helps his associates set and achieve their goals, both short and long term. Kitz, let's turn it over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, TJ, for that great introduction. So hello, everybody. This is Kitz Asuncion, and I'm pretty excited to be here. So first, congratulations for attending this training. And before anything else, I just wanted to share a little background about myself. So, I'm a nurse by profession and now a full-time dad and a home-based entrepreneur of USANA. So I've always wanted a life having the flexibility of time without worrying about my finances. Who doesn't want that, right? And this opportunity allowed me to do so. So allow me to share some tips on how I got started. So today, we're going to talk about the basics. And for me, I don't really call it basic, but this is the vital concepts that you have to learn to get started in your USANA career. So I've been with this great company for almost 10 years now. Imagine that. So I started when I was 20. So trust me, I don't really have any background in sales or business. It's also my first time to join this kind of business. And my mentors did a great job in onboarding me. So here comes, 10 years. And I'm still here, very passionate to share to you, our new associates, some few simple tips to get started building a lifelong business with USANA. So hopefully this could add value to you and give your business a boost. So here it is. Let me share to you so we can get started this amazing and enjoyable journey of being a USANA associate. So it starts with 3-step process. So setting a target, that means that you should have a goal that is SMART. So S meaning specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and of course, time bound. So your team leader will for sure be very much willing to sit down with you for that. So then creating a plan. So as they say, failing to plan is planning to fail. And of course, the most important part, which is taking action. Massive action. So, as they say, God's grace will never be given to lazy people. Correct? So setting a goal is the first step. So when you set a goal, your brains open up a task list and your body is more likely to follow and be patterned to that list. Hence the famous saying from Stephen Covey, begin with the end in mind. So a lot of people know this, but actually are not doing it. So many of us actually don't have a goal, right? So we're just, going with the flow with like a dead fish, right? And it will start with your vision. So here's the question now. How do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now? How about your health, your finances, or the flexibility of your time? So when do you plan to have it? Creating your vision board will help you be focused and be excited for your goal. So most people don't realize the life they live right now is actually based solely on their decisions 3 to 5 years ago. So for me, when I created my vision board, so a vision board basically is a collage of photos like what we did during our high school or grade school days. It's a collage of those things that we need or we want for our life in our future, and also things that we want for ourselves. So it will give you some sense of purpose and drive, and of course an excitement to win. So your why will definitely fuel and determine the intensity of your actions. So do you believe in this? I also do. But for me, aside from your why, it is really the who that will have the biggest impact when you start. It's how you identify yourself and being aware of your limiting beliefs that will affect the start of your business. So meaning, if you see yourself as someone who is not good in sales, then you're right. But if you believe otherwise, you are right as well. So it's the power of mindset. Alright? So start with the strategy of getting the Platinum Pacesetter status. Then, learn the different ranks in USANA and write down your target rank within your first year. That's very important, right? I also did that. So, create a deadline for yourself. This is also an important and crucial part in setting up a goal, because this will give you a sense of urgency, right? So, after you achieve a goal, set another one. So, you don't want to stop by just achieving one goal. So, persistence makes all the difference in this business. Alright, so true enough, your destination will really determine your direction in this industry. And most importantly, don't adjust or lower the goal just to reach it, but intensify your action and activities instead. Alright, so second thing, alright, step 2 is create a plan. So a plan is an essential part of the business. Of course, we all know that, right? So as most of us know, a goal without a plan is just a wish. And as Dale Carnegie said, an hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing. This is really true, right? So I experienced it myself. And you can start by completing your USANA tools, all right? Like the USANA Mobile Hub app, right? So USANA Customer Connect app. And later on, you can customize your own personal website. These are powerful tools that will allow you to market your products and yourself better, right? So how amazing is that we have those kind of tools ready and accessible so that we can just focus on the most important task, which is spreading the good news and the potential of the business, right? So you can also stay connected by liking or joining USANA Facebook groups, as what Jared will mention later on, and of course pages that you can be up to date so that you can know the different activities of USANA in your area. Also, you can connect to those people who are currently building in your area so you can ask tips from them, right? So we have to network within the network. This is actually how I survived and grew my business when we migrated here in Canada 5 years ago. Starting from scratch, not knowing anyone, and just depending from my mentors who are actually miles away, right? So initially, there was a fear to approach those different leaders in USANA, right? So, but I realized if I don't do that, then what else can I do to work out the business in a foreign country, right? But before all of those things that I mentioned earlier, this is the most important part of planning. Create your prospect list first, as soon as you can, right? So start with those people that you want to share the products or business with, and that you know who can benefit from it. And those people that you love and of course care about, right? So share the products to them. Then you can now create your I story, as we call it. So I story is basically your own personal story on what you do before USANA, what's your previous job or what's your current job, how you were introduced, and what made you decide to become part of the USANA boat, and how you think this opportunity will affect your life 5 to 10 years from now. Alright, so you're going to use this once you start sharing USANA to other people. But let me remind everyone not to focus on the plan itself, but because everyone has the tendency to overplan and will make you slow at the beginning. It's good to plan, but don't spend too much time on it. Rather, start doing, right? So you have to plan to execute, right? So which lead us to the last and most important step, and that is to take action, right? So the first two will not be effective if we're not willing to take action. So can everyone say, take action? All right, great. So remember the teaching from Zig Ziglar. You don't have to be great to start, but you just have to start to be great, right? So this now separates a real entrepreneur from onepreneurs. I mean, being motivated by your goals is good and all, but it's in the doing that you will get those goals, right? Do you agree? All right. And of course, send the invitation, right? So send the invitation that we're about to learn to as many people as you can, but be genuine with your concern to share the products and the opportunity. So check your intention. So let's go around and spread. Right. So of course, take your supplements, right? So that's very important, right? So we have to be the product of our own products, right? So how can you say the products are really good if you yourself was not able to experience it, right? So take the products, your favorite products of USANA, right? Then later on, you can upgrade or update your social media to a more professional look. So it will attract more prospects and they will start noticing that you're into something serious. But here's the key to this. Spend 80% of your USANA time with the Carpe. So from the Carpe Diem, which means seize the day, right? So we created a mnemonic out of this so that our associates will easily remember it. So Carpe, meaning these are revenue generating activities such as C, contacting or reconnecting to people from your list. A, appointments. It's setting up appointments for presentations or even just a regular meetup with a friend, regular catch up, right? R is retailing or of course sharing the products to your PCs and other customers. Then P is to present to your prospective clients or even listening to a presentation conducted by your mentor for you to learn how it goes, right? And lastly is E, enroll yourself to different USANA trainings and events to sharpen your saw. So whatever professions you have right now, let's humble ourselves to learn the business, right? Because this is a totally new concept to all of us, right? So don't be afraid to start from zero. This is what I learned from my mentors. Unlearn to relearn again, or to relearn, right? So, and also evaluate your activities within the day, if it's productive or if it's effective or not, right? Do this every day for it to become a habit. Your habit, when done properly, will then now create your success. So remember, Carpe, do it consistently and of course with high energy. Energy matters in the business. Remember this, if you execute it with energy, you're gonna gain experience. If you gain experience, you're gonna gain confidence. And if you gain confidence, you're gonna create results. So take action consistently and with high intensity. Remember that. Take action consistently with high intensity. So finally, we can all be reminded of this phrase, aim, then fire right away, right? So you can be ready along the way as you do it. So have you ever heard the saying, analysis paralysis? So let's not overanalyze, right? So we can never be 100% prepared. Remember, things are changing and it's changing fast. We have to adapt as we do our business. Your agility or adaptability will sustain your business, especially during this time, right? It's the agility and your ability to adapt, right? So again, let's stop overthinking and start doing. So just do it. Nike says, the good thing in this business is that we can learn from our mentors while doing it. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember, this is an opportunity that needs to be heard. And now, let us hear from my partner to this topic, Mr. Jared Crebs.
Thank you so much, Kitz. I love what you had to say, and I love everything that you're doing up in Ontario, Canada. I am so inspired by you and your team. And hello, USANA family. My name is Jared Crebs. I'm excited to walk you through exactly how I launch a new associate. And these are the step-by-step things I do every time. And it's so simple and it's so much fun. And I hope you can screenshot or capture these images as well and use them when you launch your new associates. So there's always 4 steps that I do right before I get someone started. So for example, if I enrolled you today, I would give you these 4 steps today, and it would be like an assignment, and you'd have to do them in advance before our meeting. So number 1 is downloading the apps. Download the USANA Hub apps and Customer Connect. So I'll give you maybe like a piece of paper, or I would text you a document and say, download these apps and log in with your ID and password. I would also say, join the USANA Facebook groups in your country and on our team.
And then I also give them something to listen to that's mindset related. So Jim Rohn, Building Your Network Marketing Business, is the ultimate mindset training. And I love to do that. You can actually find that on YouTube and give that to people, your new associates, to listen to. And then I also have them bring a list of 20 to their first Zoom training. It's called your first Zoom in Business training. And the list of 20, I tell them to write down the sharpest people that you know, people that are go-getters, and also people that love you, right? Family members, but mostly try and focus on go-getters at the very beginning, right? So I want them to bring a list of 20. I tell them, don't prejudge, just write the list down. You don't have to contact them until we meet for your first Zoom in Business. And I will do it with you. I make them feel comfortable. I will be there with you, and I will text with you. So this is a picture of the first Zoom in Business training. And this is actually one of my new associates, DJ Dean. She's a premier platinum pace setter, and she is training Ruth Ann Garcia here on this. And we did her first Zoom in Business training. Plan for an hour. Sometimes I tell people even 90 minutes, because sometimes you get going, you start having fun, but at least an hour. Have your own Zoom account, and you can get that at Working Live. In fact, USANA has a discounted Zoom program if you log into the Hub and you click on Working Live, and it's right there. The Hub, My Business, Zoom video conferencing, and you can get a discount on an upgraded Zoom account, which is phenomenal. You need that in business these days. And be ready to have fun. Now, during the training, I go through a couple of things. When the why is clear, the how is easy. So I have some questions that I ask them, all right? So I ask them a couple of questions. I'm going to show you exactly what I ask them. I also make sure that they downloaded the apps. You have to inspect what you expect, okay? So I'm inspecting that they did that, and I help them if they didn't do it. Also, we craft a text, and we send it to 10 people right now. I told them to bring a list of 20, but we probably only have time to send out to 10. It really depends. At least 10 people, but sometimes if they're motivated, we'll do 20. And then we role play to get them ready after they've done the invites. So this is what's going to happen, and I'm going to give you, again, like the more detailed step-by-step. Now, these are the questions I ask to open the first Zoom in Business training. Number one, what were your takeaways from the Jim Rohn video? And then they share with me what their takeaways were. You might have somebody who doesn't listen to the video and they didn't do their homework. If that happens, no big deal. Just go to the next thing and they can listen to it later. All right. So don't freak out if they don't do it, but ideally they did it. The next one is really important. This question is a really, really important one to ask. Why is succeeding in USANA not just an option, but a must? And so they're going to tell you right then why succeeding in USANA is not just an option. And write that down and have them write it down. The next is, what is your 90-day income goal and your 1-year income goal? And so they'll think about it. They'll be like, oh, my 90-day income goal is this much and my 1-year income goal is this much. And whatever they say, go with it, because you're only limited by your imagination and giving yourself permission to work hard. So let them select that goal and support them in whatever that is, okay? Now, how many hours a week can you work your business? That's the next question. And then how are you going to time block those hours each day? And so they're going to talk about it. Maybe they're going to do an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening, or even 15 or 30 minutes work sometimes to do great invites. So you're going to work with them on time blocking and just go through these 5 questions, okay? So that's how you open the first Zoom in Business training. So you can write these down, you can screenshot this, but this is what I do every time. Now, we do the quick admin items. Then I go through and I confirm, and look at how I have them sharing their screen. Look at the picture on the right. They're sharing their screen on Zoom. That is life-changing. So I always ask, did you download the USANA apps and log in? And if they have not, then I help them do it right now. And I have them share their screen on the computer. They're usually sharing their phone screen, and I'm looking at it on my computer. I also say, did you join the Facebook groups? And if not, then I help them right now. We get it out of the way. Have you shared, again, I have a phone screen. This is a life-changing thing. I mean, it's like I'm in the room right with them. And then I explain their first goal, which is Premier Platinum Pace Setter. If you want to know the true health of your business, measure the amount of new Premier Platinum Pace Setters that are happening in your organization month over month. and always make a goal to have more Premier Platinums than the last month. So first of all, you have to inspire your new person and explain to them what this bonus is. And the way you do that is by sharing your computer screen together that's found at the hub. And that's under training and lifetime matching bonus. This explains the Premier Platinum Pacesetter program for you. Okay, so they watch it, you're watching it with them, and you have to cast the vision of how this bonus works. And so it's really important that you do cast that vision and make them understand why it's important to focus on going for Premier Platinum. So after that, now they have a goal. They know what they're working towards. And now it's time to craft an invite text. Now on the invite text, I have a template, and this is what they say every time. Hi, Jenny. I'm working on something really cool that I want to share with you. Could you talk later at 7 or 8 p.m. on a quick call by chance? All right, so you want to make sure that it sounds like them. So I'll send them this, and I'll say, okay, copy paste and change any of this to make it sound like you. And if it doesn't sound like you on some of the words, then change them. And if you don't ever use their first name, if you always call them, hey darling, or hey love, or hey bro, then put bro, okay? Don't use their first name if you're not already using their first name. Okay, so you've got to massage this text and make it sound like you so that the person knows that it's genuine. All right, so I also have them share their phone screen on Zoom while they are doing this. So again, look at this picture. My new associate is sharing their phone screen, and I'm seeing them copy paste. I am seeing them send texts. I am helping them. This is so cool to do with your new person, right? So they're going to send their invites right now. You're going to watch them. I watch them send the 10 out, and I write their names down alongside them. I give them coaching on how to respond and set the appointment. And they can also invite on Facebook or Instagram Messenger as well. So obviously if they're talking to their contacts over there in social media, then that's going to work. But I prefer text if possible. Now, once they've sent out the 10, then we go through a role play on what they're going to say on the phone call. Now, there's a real big distinction here. The intro call versus the presentation. The intro call is a heart-to-heart call between the new associate and their prospect. This is not a presentation. This is to schedule the presentation. So you need to let them know that you think highly of them. You need to ask if they're willing to take a look. Okay? So these are some of the bullets. I'm going to give you the exact script. And during the role play, and when I'm getting my new person ready, the first thing I do is I read the script and the new associate pretends to be the prospect. And then step 2 is we flip roles. The new associate reads the script and the mentor pretends to be the prospect. Okay, so here is what we do. So if I'm with my associate, I'm going to role play with them and I'm going to be like, ring, ring. Hi, Ruth Ann, and small talk, right? How's your day going? How was your weekend? Visit with them for a minute and then you go right into it. So I have something exciting I want to share with you. I met a person that is very down to earth, has been very successful, and is launching a global business project. It's in over 20 countries. It's a $1 billion brand, and it's a massive opportunity. And I feel so blessed and honored that he actually invited me into it. And I started looking at people in my life, and I thought of you. And I don't know if this would be for you, but I think very highly of you, so I want to share it. And even if it's not for you, I would love to get your opinion. Would you be able to jump on a 30-minute call tomorrow at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock so I could explain all the details? And then they'll usually say, sure. You say, okay, sounds good. Which time is better for you? And then they'll say 7 o'clock. Okay, perfect. That time will work. I have to get off the phone right now, but I will text you about an hour before I call tomorrow. I hope you're having an awesome day, right? Or an awesome night. So you're basically doing this on a 5 to 10 minute call. You are getting their buy-in on taking a look at a 30-minute presentation, okay? So that's the intro call. This is powerful. You're connecting on a heart-to-heart level with your new person. And so then the presentation is set. And at this point, you are now onto basically meeting them on Zoom and doing a presentation. Now, you want to shoot for around 30 minutes. Okay, so it's got to be kind of to the point, right? And the mentor should be doing the presentation while the new associate watches. Okay, so obviously my new associate is watching me do it. They introduce me properly. That's very important. The new associate must speak highly of the mentor to create credibility. So the wording is, I want to introduce you to Jared Crebs. And I tell them to use my first and last name. He's very well respected in the company. I'm very lucky to be working with him. Jared, meet Jill. And then, of course, I would take over. So you have to introduce your person properly. Now, you can access the presentation. It's called the Work From Home presentation by going to the Hub and then My Business and the Share USANA Media Center. And from there, you can search Work From Home and you'll get the PowerPoint or the keynote presentation. Okay, so this is what works. You have to cast the vision of what USANA can do for somebody by showing them a presentation. All right, so after I've done the role play, and I've now gotten Mimi, or I've gotten Ruth Ann here pictured. I've gotten her ready to go. I'm going to end with an assignment. So I'm going to schedule a check-in call 30 minutes before the first presentation. So if she schedules a presentation tomorrow at 7, I'm going to talk to her tomorrow at 6:30, and I'm going to get her ready for this presentation. And I'm going to also have her attend the next team training that I have going on, or that's being done by USANA. And at the right time, I'm going to have her choose an activity goal. Usually at the end, I'll say, okay, Ruth Ann, I would like you to choose an activity goal. Do you want to do 10 invites a day for the next 10 days? That's the most challenging, but that has the biggest payoff. Or do you want to do 5 invites a day for the next 5 days? Or do you want to do 2 invites a day for the next 5 days? Whatever, I don't want to stress you out, but choose something that you feel like you can accomplish, and let's go for it. And then I'm talking to my new associate every day about their activity goal, about their prospects, and I'm working with them, giving them assignments, and I'm working with them to help them go platinum. And that is how I launch somebody. Now, if you want to follow me, you can find me there at Instagram at Jared Krebs. But I just want to say thank you for investing in yourself. Thank you for investing in your business, and thank you for impacting the world with USANA.
Kitz and Jared, thank you so very much for those presentations and trainings. Kitz, I loved your 3-step process. Set a goal, create a plan, and take action. Each are so important, and I love how they each build on each other. And Jared, your method and strategy of helping a new associate before you jump on a call with them, during, and how you help them create action. And I think that's the biggest learning takeaway that we can take from these presentations and this workshop, is taking action. Both Kitz and Jared both share that, and in the short-term and long-term strategy, the key is taking action. How can you help your associate take action to share USANA? So Jared and Kitz, thank you so very much for your time and sharing your knowledge and your strategies around launching your new associate. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, TJ.
Thank you.